Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to the latest The One City Show. I think this is episode 5 now. I'm beginning to lose track. I'll have to keep a note so for future reference. So welcome to The One City Show, where we have a look around the media, social media, the normal media, the good, the bad, the ugly, the funny, the sort of not so funny, and we try not to have too downers. Is anyone criticising City, which is plenty of these days? Yeah, we sort of have a bit of poke a little bit of fun at it. We don't want to be too down on what's going on around there. We don't want to be all conspiracy theorists, do we, and stuff like that. But we all know what goes on, don't we? And obviously we go through these things today. We might find one or two items that just prove the fact, even though everyone says we're silly enough. There's no vendetta against City, etc., etc. But anyway, it's mostly fun stuff and interesting stuff about City. As I say, we'll have a look at the City websites as well, and if anything exciting or interesting on there that you might want to watch. So please join me with our One City Show episode 5. Anyway, please, if you can push that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 800 by the end of March. Hopefully, we're about 720-ish as I'm doing this, so that's fantastic. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the football season, end of May, if we can, perhaps by the European Cup final, perhaps Champions League final. I don't know who'll be in it, but by that time, so that'll be great if you can help me out towards that. If you've not subscribed already, or any City supporting friends, please point them in my direction. I'll be very grateful. There's loads of City stuff, of course. City past, City present, City history, quizzes, lots of stuff out there for you. So please, if you can do that for me. And also, you would check if you check the playlist and stuff on my film and TV channel as well. I do a little bit of that. So if that's of any interest, have a flit over there. If it's not, don't worry about it. There's loads of football stuff, as you know. And there's also a little, if you get on my site before the 10th of March, if you're interested in Sean Connery, there's a little quiz there with a little prize up for grabs as well. So if you can get across there and I'll look at my Sean Connery quiz. A little tribute to him, of course, as well. Obviously, sadly passed away last year, Disney, as I'm recording this. So if you can do that, thumbs up to you. And please, all comments, very, very welcome. And get lots of, obviously, as subscribers grow, I get more comments, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to get your comments. It's just makes me feel all warm inside. So there you go. And it's pretty cold at the moment, so I wish I'd put something warmer on. But hey, there you go. Yeah, and please, if you do check, you'll see a couple of links to Facebook and Twitter as well. So if you follow or friend me on there, do check every 3 or 4 days and follow and friend everyone back. Right, let's have a look at this, shall we? Yeah, just start off. I have a quick look if there's anything interesting around the fan channels, all the other YouTubers and podders and various things. I just want to congratulate, of course, that guy there, Mr. Steve McInerney. 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. I hope it's going well. I know he went full time and obviously gave up his job, etc. back just as COVID hit, unfortunately. But I hope he's doing all right. And I did send him congratulations, which he liked, and obviously my congratulations. I'll be catching him up soon. On to 720 at the moment. I thought, well, he's probably got 50,720 now by the time I'm recording this. So I'm only 50,000 behind. That's nothing, lads. Come on, out there, give me some help. That'd be much appreciated. But well done, Stephen. Absolutely fantastic at the Steam Company. Superb stuff. I tune into most of the fan channels. I always try and keep up as much as I can. Obviously, I'm quite busy with my own stuff, but yeah, it's great to see. Fantastic for him anyway. Yeah, any images? Well, we had a few images this week. Obviously, Kuat Komat Solar. Obviously, he's one of the guys from over the pond. He mentioned in the Twitter, a friend had mentioned the Gundalorian. So I thought I'd put a little image together. I hope you like it. A lot of people like that. I posted that on Facebook and Twitter, etc. But a lot of people like the image. But I can't say I'm responsible for the Gundalorian. But obviously, I'm helping pass the word there. Obviously, it's a friend of Ku's that actually did that. So that was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, staying with the Gundalorian, yeah, there's another interesting image. My lad sent me this through WhatsApp, I think, obviously, of Gundo and another guys. Obviously, I've not seen that haircut. He might turn out in that today when we watch as I'm watching the Arsenal game, which is today later on. But yeah, that was an interesting image doing the rounds. Quite impressive. Does it suit him? It's not too bad, is it? It sort of does not suit him. That's another thing. And the other thing, obviously, I can't mention Gundo without mentioning the other guy, can I? Can't mention Gundogan without mentioning Bernardo, who's obviously, as you know, is probably one of my favourites anyway. How can he not be? I mean, with similar names, haven't they? Bernardo, I mean, I've asked them all to call me that at work now, and they're not, they just call me AU, but I mean, that's the best thing I've done. But yeah, I put up that Duracell Bernie image there. I thought that was okay. All right, not as good as the Gundalorian, I don't think, but just a little bit of thing. And obviously that wall where he lay behind it, and he put the Duracell batteries next to him as well to make sure that ball wouldn't pass or go underneath that wall. So that was great. Yeah, Zeo Visuals. I don't think I've featured them before. It obviously takes images like anyone does, like I did with the Gundalorian, mess about with them and reproduce it, etc. I don't know what the copyright is on these sort of things. I mean, obviously, you know, if you know who's done it originally, I'm sure you all give them credit. But Zeo Visuals has done that stuff on Raheem Sterling there, nice, and that's with the fire. That's pretty impressive from Zeo Visuals. So he's might be worth a little follow if you like little things for your wallpapers and stuff like that. And of course, that's yeah, another fan. A bar there for a man cave, a little bar. I think in these days of COVID, I mean, a lot of people are building their own, aren't they? Outside, obviously, I've got my little office here, but it's not the same, is it? I mean, it's great to have a. But then again, don't you get robbed? I mean, all right, perhaps I've lived in poorer areas of Manchester, but I mean, I see these man caves and these rooms with city things in and beer and this. I mean, I'm surprised they don't get broken into. They're obviously quite easy to break into. I suppose some people have security, but that's not a bad little city-based one, is it? So the sort of space, that sort of place I'd like to spend a bit of time anyway. So once all this is over, you never know. And JD at JDGRPHCS has some out of this world images. Yeah, Phil Foden, I think, I suppose, with the Mars lander this week as I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm not caught up with that actually. I'll have to have a look at that. It's nothing to do with football, but I do like a bit of space, NASA and all that sort of thing. Yeah, the world images of Phil Foden there. I mean, how can he not have a fantastic... Another guy like Gundogan, like Bernardo, who's stepping up to the plate, isn't he? Whilst KDB's been out. But he's back now, so obviously oppositions are going to be panicking left, right and centre. And it's always nice to have an inflatable image, and you forget some of the inflatables we took to matches, don't you? But that was a great one there with that City on a Card posted at City on a Card 1. Of course, you can see the crocodile. I remember the crocodile. I think I remember the Nuki Brown can as well. That's there in the thing. Obviously, you've probably seen my little image of my Buzz Lightyear, which took the trip to Wembley in '99. But he's deflated somewhere in a box. So he still works. So one day perhaps we'll get him back together. We'll get him and the team back together. My little Buzz Lightyear. Well, not little. He's about that big, but my Buzz Lightyear stood on the tunnel at Wembley in '99. I don't know if anyone of you out there ever noticed him at all, but he was soon deflated with about 5 minutes to go, ready to leave the ground at full time. But he did stand on the tunnel for most of the game anyway. I think he missed the City goals. Unfortunately, he was already down in a bag by the time we scored the 2 goals. Yeah, nothing much in the papers. Nothing exciting really. I know. Klopp's been having a whinge that City we're only so far ahead because it's an unusual season and all this bull crap, to be honest with you. An interesting one from the Daily Star. Yeah, we used to have a Mr. Balotelli, didn't we? I think I've got an image there in the background. Yeah, Mr. Balotelli. He was pretty good at darts, wasn't he? But apparently Phil Foden is as well. Apparently he sort of they play little games of darts with the England team, and he sort of does very well. Hits the odd 180, which I used to do in my heyday. I hit a few 180s in my time. So, you know, all good stuff. But it's nice to see we'll have to come up with perhaps a song for Phil Foden, a midfielder good at darts. Yeah, I'll leave you to finish that. Come up with some lines for me. Put them in the comments below. But yeah, so he's not only an ace at football. And he said once he finishes football, he might take up darts. Hey, why not? Why not? I mean, but I think he loves football that much. I'm sure he'll be involved in one thing or another. I don't think darts is going to be unless he gets a bit of a beer belly, of course, unless you know, he can get involved in that in later years. Yeah, confirmation, the FA Cup quarter-final versus Everton at Goodison. I'm not as worried about that as I perhaps was a couple of weeks ago after that victory at Goodison the other night. But yeah, it's 20th of March 2021, 5:30 p.m. kickoff, so that's going to be on BT Sport. And of course the Premier League, going on from that, the Premier League confirmed that all matches will be available to watch live, and quite rightly so in the UK. until fans return to the stadium. I'm not sure if that's just a few fans return to the stadiums with this 2,000 allocation, etc., or that means all fans return to the stadiums, but they confirmed that all matches will be shown, which is fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, as I say, it's the odd City game. We struggle, don't we? Unless we can get there with tickets to actually live, we do struggle. But obviously, it shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen at the moment, should it? Because no one's got an option, have they? We don't have an option on the City website. Yeah, City on TV. Obviously, few changes. Tuesday, March the 2nd, we now play Wolves at 8 p.m. on BT Sport. Sunday, March the 7th, we play United 4:30 p.m. on Sky. And Wednesday, March the 10th, all home games these. Fantastic. Wish we were there though. City versus Southampton, kick-off 6 p.m. on Sky. That Wednesday, 10th of March, City versus Southampton. And back on this, if you check out the City site, I don't think this is a City Plus, I think it's free for everyone. Obviously, Kevin Keegan celebrated his birthday a few days ago as I'm doing this, and obviously he turned 70, he became 70. Happy birthday, Kevin. And obviously he looks a little look back is exhilarating. This is City's word. I think it was most of the time, wasn't it? Exhilarating period under the one and only Kevin Keegan. So seek that out on the City site. Go back and probably on a 3 or 4 page 5, 6, 7 at the moment now, because obviously it's a little while ago. But if you're interested in that, and of course, with Pep winning the January Manager of the Month, obviously he had to include all the team in it, didn't he? All the management team. It wasn't his award, was it? It was all the management team's award. So there's a nice image come out of obviously him with the guys and obviously with the trophy. So that's really great. I mean, you can be a stadium DJ as well, so see that out if that's interesting. You can decide the songs that the players warm up to. I thought they did their own little status quo and all this sort of thing. Or was that back in the day? I'm not too sure what they do now, but yeah, you can have your name and your photo appear on the big screen, so get onto the site to find out about that. That's what you want to do. No real interest for me, to be honest with you. I'm not really, but I used to be a DJ back in the day. I used to be my own little DJ when I was about 12 or 13. I used to buy records, my 45s, and do a top 10 like the Radio 1. I used to do my own top 10, top 20 to myself with a radiogram. I used to have a radiogram there, and I used to score the songs, and every week I used to knock something off so that obviously the older songs would have stayed number one forever, wouldn't they? So I used to actually physically knock points off as time went by as well, and create a new top 20. Hey, but there you go. So I have been a DJ in my own mind anyway. So, but do you want to be a stadium DJ? Yeah, have a check on the City website. And from the matchday programme against Spurs, seems a long time ago now, there's the Andy Dibble Dream Team. That was interesting from Andy Dibble. He put Troutman in there, that's nice. Zabba, Company, Curl, Power, KDB, Bell, Silva, Lee, Aguero and Summerby. That's not a bad team, is it? I think that'll probably take out most teams, I think, that, won't it? Upcoming games for the City Diary. You've got the EDS Academy and the women, of course. The women are in action Sunday the 28th of February at Birmingham, 2 p.m. kickoff. The EDS are in action on Friday the 26th of February next at Brighton at 2 p.m. kickoff on City Plus. I believe they had a few problems with that last time. There's a lot of, I think the last game where I think we won 6-2, was it? Or 6-1, I'm not too sure. Against Leicester City, obviously it didn't come through live. So, sort that out, City Plus. I know it's not much a month, but people are paying that to see these sort of extra things, so get it sorted. Yeah, the Academy Under-18s are playing in action next on Wednesday the 24th of February at Wolverhampton Wanderers at 6 p.m. kickoff. Out and about on social media, yeah, Manchester City at Man City, yeah. Happy birthday today, 21st of February. I'm sure it's today. I don't think they would have got that wrong. To Mr. Mahrez, yeah, he's not doing too badly either, see at the moment. So there'll be a few celebrations on there. And what we were saying before about obviously the idiots. I mean, that's all we can call them, whether it's media or just someone like me sat in a room somewhere. But yeah, Manchester City, they do a feature, obviously, oh what a night, and they do sort of, on this day such and such a year, and obviously they posted the Monaco game back in 2017, obviously that wonderful 5-3 win at Monaco. I mean, what that has to do with any other club's fans is beyond me. But some of the responses from non-City fans and even from the City fans, I'll go for that. I'll go talk about that in a moment. But it's just pathetic. I mean, why are they so interested in our little club? I mean, you got comments like small club. How sad anyone can put this out there. Oh, putting images of the 3-1 in Monaco, the return. Yeah, they beat us in the return and knocked us out. So they're putting images of the score in Monaco, calling us a massive club. Shameless club. I mean, shameless club for posting a match, you know, on this day. I mean, even City fans, even a City fan, delete this SH1T, you know, delete this. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. It's history. It doesn't matter. I mean, I did comment. It doesn't matter what happened the day after. It doesn't matter what happened the 2 weeks after, a month after. It's a moment in time. I mean, you know my horrible histories. I don't shy away from when we get beat or things bad happen. But that was a great night. That was a fantastic game. I was there with my lad. A superb game, and you know it's just celebrating that game. It doesn't matter what happened after. It's like the Middlesbrough 8 whatever it was. We did the double over United that season. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. I mean, people are just so pathetic. I mean, and that's why I don't usually get on. When I see a tweet like that, I don't usually go on and look at the responses, but I sort of a couple stood out to me, you know, that I just didn't have a chance to turn away from. So I just thought I'd make a comment how pathetic people are. And even City fans, you know, to actually write, delete this. So what? You know, I mean, it is part of history. Just get on with it. You know, it just does annoy me, but it does make me interested. I mean, these fans who don't care about us have no interest in small City, yet they're on there pointing, you know, by actually going on there and writing things. Of course they're interested in City. They can't, obviously we're rent-free, aren't we? This is what we say. Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting thing. There was a great blog, actually, from Down the Kippax Steps. I don't know if you've ever told, if you just put that into your search engine. And it's about Malcolm Allison, of course. We're playing Borussia Mönchengladbach this week, as I'm doing this in Budapest. And it's about it being Allison's spiritual home. It's just a nice article. Have a read of that. I'll say it's obviously he thinks we're talking about Hungary and obviously the way they play and the influences it had on Malcolm Allison. So that's Down the Kippax Steps. Seek that out if you can. Just put it in your search engine. And there's also a great article by Stuart Brennan. This was on the 13th of February, so you might have to go back if you get onto Stuart Brennan's Twitter page, back to the 13th of February. It's about the City Millwall game back in 2001. Course, where no City fans were allowed, and obviously, but there were City fans there, including people like Sean Riley, obviously, who hardly ever missed games, who, with a few dozen other City fans, made the trip to the new Den. Unfortunately, well, yeah, not a place I'd want to go. I never went to the old Den. I didn't particularly want to be honest with you. I had no inspiration to go there, to be honest with you, but there's some great stories in and around that feature. So yeah, check it out on Stuart Brennan on his Twitter page. It was obviously published in the Manchester Evening News, but if you go back to the 13th of February, you'll find that some great stuff there. Interesting. And again, last week I think it was Gar Crooks, was it, the font of all knowledge, the guy who sort of conned a living from football for a few years. Yeah, he sort of was claiming that he wouldn't see Foden ahead of Grealish, Maddison or Mount as far as playing's concerned. I mean, he wasn't saying eventually he wouldn't be as good as those guys, but hey, I mean, Garth Crooks, please. Who's Garth Crooks? Does anyone care? Yeah, and Paul Duncan on Facebook, he had some great images. I loved it, you know me, my history, of the City versus Rangers programme from the October the 3rd, 1934. I think we'd actually played Rangers at their place before the season as well and got beat, actually. But this was both teams were their countries. Obviously, we were our FA Cup holders and Rangers were the Scottish Cup holders at the time. So it was a battle of the cup holders, really. And City won this game at Main Road 4-2. A Heel hat-trick. I don't know much about Mr. Heel. I'll have to find out about him. And Hurd scored as well for City. A good crowd, 34,000. That was 1934. So that's around. We were getting good crowds in those days, weren't we? If you think back, 70,000s, 80,000s, etc. That team that day included Swift, Barkas, Busby, Toseland and Brook. A fantastic team. 1934, of course, we would go on to win the league 2 or 3 seasons later as well, wouldn't we? Which our first league title. So yeah, that's Paul Duncan on Facebook. Some great stuff there, some great images there. Thanks, Paul, for that. An update as well. Man City match shirts at Marc MMMAC. He gave us an update on Pete the Badge. Yeah, we obviously a lot of people into what's going on. Obviously, he lives and breathes City, doesn't he? It's good to see that Marc was commenting that he'd had his first vaccine which is great. And he's thinking about booking all this money he's saved. He's thinking about booking a trip to the United States. Well, I don't know when that will be, but yeah, he's thinking about booking a trip to the United States with all the money he's saved on not watching City, which is absolutely fantastic. I think Marc's trying to encourage him to do so. Why not? Life's too short. Football's lovely. I do enjoy football, but hey, it's not the be all and end all, is it? We have to do other things as well. And if he wants to get to the USA, Pete the Badge, you get going. You get going to the USA. Yeah, Mike Devlin at Blue Wolf 1894. An interesting point. On February the 16th, he posted that the question he posted was, how can away goals count more if the away match is played in a neutral country and without home fan advantage? Absolutely. Well, it just shows what a farce all this is. I mean, I would have preferred this Champions League at this stage now to be straightforward knockouts, to be honest with you. But hey, there's not as much money to be earned from that, is there? So then again, we might have progressed a little bit more against Leon. Who knows if we'd had the two-legged one? But we won't know, will we? We don't know. But it's an interesting point from Mike. But Mike, I mean, that's the whole thing this season. It's just all silly, isn't it? I mean, it's either one thing or another. And you say anything done, even if we win the league title and they do a quadruple this season, it always has to have a little asterisk against us. There's nothing, no discredit to what we've achieved or what any club achieves this season. But yeah, it's all a bit weird, isn't it? And we certainly at the start of the season, certainly the first few games, were thinking we're not going to do very well this season. It's now we're doing quite well. It becomes, well, you know, everyone's in the same boat, aren't we? We're all on the same playing field. It's a level playing field. We've all got the same, no fans. We've all got the same things. But as you say, rules about away goals is a bit stupid, isn't it? When you can't play at your own ground anyway, because even without a crowd, there's got to be some home comforts, and the team must. Well, it's not been proved this season, has it? Because lots of teams' away form's better than the home form. But there you go. But yeah, interesting point from Mike. Anyway. Leah I like this. We had a Lego Stadium last time, didn't we? But Lee at Landria _ I think that's 11, or my apologies, Leah, but you'll find that if you're interested. On February the 15th, yeah, she had a project, so we had part 1 and part 2. So a determined young lady, obviously. 10 hours later, she completed that City ball. Absolutely fantastic. Nothing, she said, I'm nothing if not determined, and there's nothing wrong in that, Lee, that's for sure. Or Leah, whichever way you pronounce that, my apologies. Robert Taylor, yeah. At Bob Stan 26 on February the 17th. Obviously, I had a problem with Prime. I was watching the game on Prime, and after about 10 minutes it froze. So luckily enough, I had my computer to hand, my laptop, so I could watch it on there. And it was about 2 minutes ahead anyway on there. So, but obviously my TV version, my sort of talk I use, other rubbish companies are available, froze after about 10 minutes. It was a good 10 or 15 minutes before I could get it back on, but obviously, as I said, I didn't miss too much because obviously I had my laptop. But yeah, I can appreciate the problems with Prime, but obviously Robert was whinging about the delay. As I said, I had a delay of about 1.5 to 2 minutes between my laptop and my TV, which is just weird, isn't it? I'm using the same thing. I'm using the same internet, so I have no idea why. But he just went on to say, Prime is SHITE. Effing miles behind. Paul Power has just equalised. Obviously talking about a certain cup game back in the day. So a lot of older fans will know what he's talking about. But I thought that was quite funny. Said Prime, Paul Power has just equalised. Fantastic. What a day that was. There you go. That's another story, isn't it? Dr. Gary James, yeah. Gary James, writer, February 14th. City Voices. He's capturing memories and experiences of City fans. A major project similar to his projects on Manchester City women. He'll be interviewing fans and producing a number of outputs like the City Women book to help. So, yeah, all support appreciated. So if you go at Gary James, writer, and find out more information on that City Voices thing, yeah, and if you fancy doing that, get in touch with Dr. Gary James. It sounds like an excellent idea. No score draws, Shant and Alex at Cheap Panini, February 19th. Yeah, an interesting image that. If you go onto the GIF, it's just a small GIF. If you go onto there and have a look at it, it's headed verily on yon weekend. Tis Arsenal versus Manchester City. An interesting GIF, obviously, with the Arsenal and City connection, and a certain player who obviously sprinted down the touchline to celebrate, well, the other end of the pitch to celebrate with us at the other end, which was a fantastic moment if you were there. So, yeah, but an interesting image and an interesting look back, like the Bayern Tapestry or whatever it's called, wasn't it, that one? And we'll finish with, those eagle-eyed ones amongst you would have noticed this thing here in the background, interesting, because it was on the 19th of February, obviously the anniversary of the last game we played at the Etihad in front of a crowd. The last game I saw at the Etihad, I did actually see a cup final after that, but live, but that's the last live game I saw at the Etihad, of course. And interestingly enough, you forget, don't you? I mean, it seems a long time ago now, but this was actually, I mean, it was a sort of omen and what was to happen, because if you look at it, it's actually dated the 9th of February. Obviously, we had the storm, is it Sierra Clara, or whatever it was, hit us on the 9th of February, so it was rearranged for the 19th. So it was interesting, wasn't it? I totally forgot all about that. I looked at this programme and looked 9th of February, 19th of February. I couldn't figure out which one it was, but it was a rearranged, postponed game. So we should have perhaps known that it was an omen for the future, wasn't it? And also at the time we had the storm of the UEFA ban, didn't we? The UEFA ban had just been announced. So we had all the press jumping for joy with that one. So an interesting time. I was going to do a special on it actually as the anniversary approached, but I thought no, it's too depressing, certainly with this COVID thing. So I thought I'd just give it a little mention here. But it was just an anniversary that passed that we perhaps forgot about. But very interesting. Great Alex Williams there on the front anyway. So there you go. We had more storms to come, didn't we, one way or the other? And we got rid of one storm, didn't we? We kicked them out. We got the best of those buggers at UEFA anyway. At UEFA, is it UEFA? Yeah, UEFA. Whoever they are. So my lad gave me a little image actually, which is on screen now. Of I don't even remember that banner being behind me, and my lad are sort of there in that picture. If you look with the hats on, me with my scarf on, and my lad next to me. I don't even remember that banner. I don't know when it was, what game it was, but he sent me that a couple of days ago, and it's great image there. So there we go. Well, very concentrating, aren't we? I don't know what stage the game's at, but there you go. You see how I'm not on my phone or anything, am I? I do take my phone, but I hate being on my phone at football matches. I just watch the game, and that's all there is to it. But I even hate chatting to people, particularly. I just want to concentrate 100% on the game. I'm not a big chatter to people next to me. I want to sing and shout and concentrate on the game. But that was a great image as well. So all to do UEFA, and as I said, we at that stage there, we were to know that we were going to most of us were hoping we'd take them to the cleaners and prove ourselves innocent, and we certainly did. Anyway, that's a nice thing to finish on today. Hope you enjoyed that. Does feel like a long time ago, doesn't it? So that's not a bad way to end this episode anyway. Please let me know your thoughts and comments of anything we talked about today, and get on those little things I've talked about, and if anything of interest to you, I hope you made a note and you'll go and check those out. Anyway, please check out all my recent Citizen stuff. Obviously the week that was is my match previews, my match reviews, of course. As I'm recording this, we're about to play Arsenal in the afternoon, so hopefully we can make it another win and carry on decimating this Premier League and embarrassing them all. And then we've got a lovely trip to Borussia Mönchengladbach, so I'll be doing a preview of that. And please check my look back at a game a long time ago against in the quarter-final of the UEFA Cup. That's just been published as well, so have a look at that. My little look back at Borussia Mönchengladbach back in the day. I went to one of them. I didn't get to Germany, but I went to the home game. But so have a look at that in the playlist. That's fantastic. What we're going to do this day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other till we meet again here on the Citizen channel. Or perhaps you have a flick across to my film and TV channel. Give that Sean Connery quiz a go. You don't have to be dyed-in-the-wool Connery fan. It doesn't matter how many points you get. Everyone's entered for this little prize draw, no matter what score you get. As long as you just leave me a comment, you'll be entered for the prize draw. I've got one guy who just got one question. We got 25 out of 26. He was quite clever. He's quite a big Sean Connery fan, but I did catch him out on one at least, so that wasn't too bad. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please, whatever you're going to do this day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other. I'll see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.